Narcissist scapegoat is somebody that the narcissist requires to take the fall for the narcissist's behaviour. The term scapegoat originates from the Bible, where a goat was symbolically burdened with the sins of the people and then driven away into the wilderness. It's meant to absolve the community of their sins. So the term scapegoat evolved to describe someone who is unfairly, unjustly blamed for the problems and the wrongdoings of the narcissistic individual, often to deflect responsibility away from the narcissist. Narcissists will go all out to scapegoat others by blaming others for the narcissist's own failings. Narcissists often project their shortcomings onto other people, claiming that someone else's actions or incompetence caused the narcissist's own failures or mistakes. They go all out to make somebody else the villain in the story. They will label somebody else as the problem or the enemy in a situation, often exaggerating or fabricating the faults of the other person to divert attention away from the narcissist's own issues, or they'll use projection and blame the other person of the narcissist's own behaviours. So a narcissist will become obsessed and stalk an ex, accuse the ex of being obsessed and stalking them. They use scapegoats to emotionally manipulate. Narcissists create scenarios where the scapegoat is portrayed as overly sensitive or problematic, making the scapegoat appear responsible for conflicts or emotional distress. They use scapegoats to exploit people's vulnerabilities. They will target individuals who are already struggling or who have a particular weakness, using other people's vulnerabilities to justify the blame that the narcissist is projecting onto that person. They will create a pattern of blame. Narcissists consistently blame scapegoats for recurring problems, reinforcing that the belief that the other person is inherently flawed or problematic. And it's also the narcissist can avoid taking responsibility for their behaviour, for the conflict or the situation that the narcissist has caused. Instead of clearing up their own mess, they're going to blame somebody else's reaction to their mess. Narcissists look to control the narrative. They control the narrative within social circles, within family circles, ensuring that the scapegoat is seen in a negative light and the narcissist remains blameless. This can have so many detrimental effects on a scapegoat, from the emotional distress that the scapegoat experiences through the emotional turmoil, including feeling confused and frustrated and helpless and unheard. It can erode self-esteem. Constant blame and criticism can severely damage the scapegoat's sense of self-worth and confidence. It can cause isolation because the scapegoat in essence is being driven away, pushed out, isolated. Everyone's blaming the scapegoat. The narcissist has their flying monkeys enablers go after the scapegoat. Being cast as the problem can lead to social or family isolation as others adopt the narcissist perspective and distance themselves from the scapegoat or target the scapegoat. It can cause increased stress. Being the burden of unjust accusations and unjust blame can result in chronic stress, especially if the scapegoat has got flying monkeys and enablers threatening them to silence them from speaking the truth about the narcissistic individual. It causes that stress, it causes that anxiety. People end up looking over their shoulders, all because they dared to call the narcissist down. It can cause self-doubt. Repeatedly being blamed can lead to that self-doubt, where a scapegoat questions their own actions and judgments. It can cause strains on relationships. The dynamics of scapegoating causes strains on relationships, and it causes conflicts as the person who's been scapegoated, the family around them that can see what's happening, often ask the scapegoat just to drop it, just to leave it be in order to protect themselves, especially if the narcissist and their flying monkeys and enablers are going after the family of the scapegoat also. The best way to handle being scapegoated is to establish boundaries, such as distance, psychological, emotional and physical distance. so that you can protect yourself from the narcissist. Seek support, reach out to trusted friends and family, mental health professionals, those who can see your point of view and can see what the narcissist is doing to you. Document any and all interactions, keep records of interactions and incidents, and have a clear understanding of the dynamics and provide evidence if necessary. Practice self-care. Engaging in activities that promote your well-being can rebuild your self-esteem, such as hobbies, exercise, relaxation techniques, some sort of craft, some sort of activity. Challenge negative beliefs. Work on recognizing and countering any internalized negative beliefs that have developed as the result of being scapegoated. Consider professional help. Therapy can be extremely beneficial in processing the effects of being scapegoated, developing the right coping strategies for your personal situation, and addressing the psychological impact.